Alright, so fresh off the printer, this is what I have. Here's my original template. And I was experimenting to see if an M3 screw fits in there. So here's my template, line that up. Sure enough, lines up perfectly. Then I got this extra space over here. And I cut two pieces of plastic because I thought, I don't know, maybe it would be cool to sandwich the thing, whatever I was saying, in between there. The M3 screw fits in really well. This is, I think a 12mm, M3 by 12mm. I think you can use 6/32 by 1/2 too in American or ASE. Thing when you design stuff, try to stick with metrics. I mean, just because I am an American, I would say that, you know, we just went our own way of snobbery and used SAE, but really, I'm telling you, metric is where it's at. The world runs on metric. We just pretend it doesn't. We teach our students that it does, but it really doesn't. And there's no math involved. That's the greatest part about it. I mean, like, there is math. I mean, as long as you know a couple things, but nothing to the extent of like fractional division or any of that stuff. Okay, and to get the M3 screw started, it's a little rough, but what's nice about it, it locks it. So you use a Allen wrench. I'm putting them this way, so that way you can slip a nut on top of it. And even if I don't use both pieces of plastic, I would say the longer one, oops, good thing I have another one. The longer one provides a little bit easier access to the nut. So now I can just put a piece of paper here or whatever I want, some kind of message, and I can slip it in there. And I can use the template that I used to cut this out to cut the pictures out. So I'm going to go cut a picture out. I don't know what yet, but I'm sure I'll find something. So if you're a comic nerd, you'll have one of these. It's a preview magazine. Of course, if you have kids, it'll look like this. So I have both at my disposal. I'm a comic nerd and I have kids. So look at all this great artwork. Yeah, all going to waste in this magazine. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so here we go. I sanded it down and sprayed it with this product called Frosting from Vasper. Of course, now I'm going to have to show you what product I sprayed it with, huh? Alright, so here we are. I got my things, my little pictures to put on there. I sprayed the product with this Vasper frosting, so you sand it a little and spray it with that. It helps, let's say if you sand the surface of this to get off the abnormalities, this brings it to a level of the same sheen, which will hide all the imperfections of the sand. And it also dulls down that plastic look, you know, like it gets so super bright. And you can actually paint this stuff. You just primer it first using plastic primer, and then you can spray paint it any color you want. Just because it's blue doesn't mean it stays blue. Now, here's the master plan. See, I have kids, as I mentioned before, and think back, man, I would have loved to have a laser cutter, right? Think back when you were 10 or 12 or 5. The things I could have cut out. The things I could have built. So, rather than gearing the product towards my own nerdy needs, I can gear it towards my kids' needs to rank their interest in learning. Of course, my one daughter is only 5 right now. That might be a little young, but she can help Dad cut the forms out or pick them out. And she is sleeping right now, so I will have to know what she is interested in. And what little girls are interested in right now is this stuff. My Little Pony. Man, this is like crack to kids. So, what I'll do... This is why I thought maybe having 2 might be a little better. Fits on there really well. Cool. 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 Alright. Then you put the little window, which is highly static and picks up all kinds of manners of dust and debris, over the top of it, just like so. And then you look for your M3 screws. Alright, so I'm back, and I sprayed the product with this. I should post that. This is Vaspier frosting. Basically, when you sand a 3D print made from ABS plastic, it has a shine or dull marks or whatever correlating to where you sanded it. So this brings it up to the same level of sheen. It also protects the product. Now you can actually spray paint them. You just spray paint primer on them first, a plastic primer, and then you can spray paint them any color you want. So just because it's blue, it's blue. I also have kids, as I mentioned, so this is like crack to kids. So this will go in my daughter's room. Now, me myself, I could have done with Thantos the Destroyer or the Watcher or something like that. But I know that if I was a kid and I had access to a laser cutter, you know, think back, what damage I could have done with a laser cutter. So, to pique their interest in the said laser cutter, we'll affix the crack to kids known as My Little Pony. She'll yawn, she'll get up, she'll turn on her light, and Dad had already ninja'd into her room to put the My Little Pony thing as a light switch. I think she already has a light switch cover in her room. That's pretty cool though, so I might put this somewhere else. She wanders down to my den. So, that got a den in the basement. You know, all dudes do. Pretty creepy down there. But I'll put this at the end of the stairs, so when she turns on the light, it's not so bad. Pretty cool. So there we go. The Preview Magazine Recooper light switch thing. I think I just named it. So, I hope you like your little product that you made, And let's go on to the next unit.